Why do we filtrate? Well, each emitter component has small passages or holes through which the water needs to travel. Next up, we have our filtration system. The filtration system is critical in the drip and micro-irrigation system to ensure that your emitters can keep delivering the water to the crop. Why do we filtrate? Well, each emitter component has small passages or holes through which the water needs to travel. These holes and travel passages need to stay open for us to deliver the water properly to the crop. These sizes can vary from 1 mm up to 5 mm, and when you think about it, if you get small rocks or pieces of sand or silt entrapped in those passages, the entire passage and thus the water flow will be blocked. For that reason, we filter the water. We try to remove all of the physical particles out of the water that's above a certain filtration size. In these filters, we use a unit of measure called micron, the filtration degree. With drip irrigation, generally we use 130 micron. That's 0.13 of a millimeter. On the other hand, with micro-irrigation, we tend to use 200 micron or 0.2 millimeter. In irrigation, we mainly use three types of filtration. One is sand media filtration, or also with glass, which is a pot filled with sand or glass media that filtrates your water. Secondly, you can use screen filters, which is a mechanical screen that has small holes through which the water needs to travel. The one behind me, this is disc filtration. In disc filtration, each element has several discs with grooves in them that overlap, and the water needs to travel past several of these overlapping discs before going onto your system. The disc filtration system is a very robust and super reliable filtration system. I'd like to show you how this system works. So water enters at the top and travels through the control valve into the filter. The water then passes through the discs in the filter and out the bottom manifold onto your irrigation system. When these become clogged, we measure the pressure differential between the top manifold and the bottom manifold. We have a set point in our controller that we set to a certain pressure differential. When we reach that point, thus if the filters are clogged to a certain degree, the controller will start to flush the filter system. Flushing the filter system happens by switching over a control valve of a certain one of these filters, and then in that sense flushing water from the clean water side that travels through the other filters in reverse direction of this specific filter being flushed and out the flush manifold that is on the back of this filter. That water can then be stored in a settling dam for reuse or discarded. So how do we size these filtration systems? Well, there are three basic parameters that influence the size a filtration system needs to be to ensure an effective filtration for your system. Firstly, your water quality is of utmost importance. If you've got very poor quality water, we tend to oversize the filter a little bit to ensure that we can keep the system running. Secondly, the type of irrigation you use, whether that's drip, low flow drip, or micro, or even macro sprinklers, that defines the filtration degree, which again influences the size. Lastly, the flow going through your filter also defines the size of your filter. The bigger the flow, the bigger the filter. The filtration surface area of every single filter is of utmost importance. We specify the filtration surface area in square centimeters, and you have a certain calculation of how many square centimeters you require per cubic meter per hour water flow going through that filter. So come and talk to us and we'll help you size the perfect filter. Next up, we're going to the irrigation blocks. I'm going to show you a bit of the fertigation and the valves. So let's hop onto it. Thank you for watching this video. It's been great to have you. For the next video in this series, please click somewhere over here. And if you want to learn more about Agrico and what our great team does, subscribe to our channel.